Nothing says you care like crypto.
Like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss another video from Angry Guy ever again. And now let's begin.
It's a very sad day. I have no special effects. There's no green screen here. I'm going to be very real with you. Today, there are people celebrating all over the internet about the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. If you're a gamer or a customer or you buy games for your family and friends, maybe your kids, you should not be celebrating. Nintendo has done something cowardly and devious today, and to not only be a little dramatic, but also be very, very blunt with you, there are boardroom executives from gaming companies all over the world popping champagne bottles and celebrating because of what Nintendo has just done.
So, guys, Nintendo may have broken the law with Switch 2 pricing. Many of you guys know already that the Nintendo Switch 2 was fully revealed on April the 2nd, and the pricing is absolutely insane. It's $80 for up to $80 for brand new games digitally, $90 for physical games, and some of the physical games won't even have an actual game on the cartridge. More so, they will only allow you to put the game into your console so that you can download the digital version and then play the digital version while the cartridge is actually in the console. So this is just another step towards Nintendo completely eliminating any notion of piracy, where you won't even be able to purchase your games in some cases digitally without having to use a special card that authorizes use. This is madness, but it gets much deeper than that, as Nintendo may have broken antitrust laws based on what people are saying in the industry. The fact that all of these companies are now on board with $80 pricing for these digital games is insane. So some games will be $70, while other games will be $80. The fact is, however, all of these companies suddenly came together and they're like, oh, this is incredible. And there are a bunch of executives in boardrooms across the country that are the world salivating, because this basically forces the prices of everything on Steam, on GOG, on PlayStation, on Xbox to now go up. All right. So do not misunderstand. There's a lot of insane stuff happening here. Today's video actually comes from a channel we haven't covered before, I don't think. It's called The Real Life Fake Wizard. And I will go ahead and link his channel in the description of the video so that you can go check him out and support his content. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of what is going on, how Nintendo may have broken the law, what that means for all of us going forward, as well as just consumer prices in general. And don't forget to follow us on Rumble. This platform is not so kosher. I'm having a lot more fun over on Rumble. I'm doing a lot of my live streams exclusively on Rumble. Go and releasing videos exclusively over there. So go and follow me on Rumble. And we'll go ahead and jump back into the video momentarily after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. Guys, you know the deal. You can see that with everything going downhill, the value of our money is falling rapidly. BlackRock has basically said recently that, hey, look, if inflation continues to get worse in the United States, we could see the value of cash completely collapse, and people will turn to digital assets such as Bitcoin. BlackRock is the largest investment firm in the world. They hold $2 trillion. It's located in the United States. So when they basically tell you where the world is headed, and they are holding currently $50 billion in Bitcoin. So they're not playing they're not playing around. Even GameStop, of all people, are looking into purchasing around $5 billion worth of Bitcoin and creating a strategic crypto reserve for the company. This is something we're going to see more of happening right now. Everyone needs to have their own strategic crypto reserve to hedge against hard times, okay? because the ATMs are going to stop working and banks are going to chain the doors. What you have to do is protect your wealth and safeguard your future with crypto. And Angry's Crypto Academy offers comprehensive courses, expert investment guides, and our exclusive crypto blueprints to teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. You'll learn exactly which coins have the potential to create new millionaires and how to spot the best investment opportunities. Don't miss out. Secure your financial future now. The Academy is linked in the description of the video.
Nintendo exploded the glass ceiling on charging you more money for way less product. Welcome to The Pondering. I am the real-life fake wizard. If this video brings you any value at all, I invite you to subscribe to this channel where we're posting new videos just about every day. Let's get right to it. The Nintendo Switch 2 announcements today are not good. In fact, they're very bad. The Switch 2 is releasing this June for the retail price of $450 here in the United States. But that is because it is the multilingual version. If you bought the region-locked Japan version, it would cost approximately $334 US.
$334. So basically, the Japanese Nintendo is well aware of how bad the global market is right now, and this is a form of spite. So they're passing on the buck to the United States substantially. Even though the cost of living is much higher in the US right now, we are being robbed. So in Japan, this device only costs $334. In the United States, it will cost $450. To make matters even more interesting, that's not counting taxes. So in Japan, to my understanding, whatever price they show you is the price that they are charged. So that $334, that's everything, including the taxes. So the Japanese will be paying $334, to my understanding, for everything, while in the United States we'll be paying $449 before taxes, and with taxes included in, that's going to bring us up to almost $500. So we will be paying in the United States about roughly about $160 more. A minimum. We'll be paying a minimum of over $100 more, a minimum. But when you factor in the taxes, it may be as high as about $160 that they are passing on to us. And this has literally nothing to do with the trade. It has nothing to do with Trump's tariffs. If the Nintendo might actually raise the console price up to $600, as a result of those tariffs. But this has nothing to do with it. What's really troubling is that these games are now costing $80 a pop. $80 for the digital version. $80 for the digital, up to $80 for the digital versions of these games. $70 standard, up to $80, and $90 for the physical. So guys, this is greedflation, and Nintendo evidently has been working behind the scene with these companies to artificially inflate the prices so that they will rise across all of these different platforms. Now, here's where things get very interesting, and we'll watch some more of the Wizards video, but I just want to talk about this. So, let's head over to ChatGPT. Pricing for Nintendo Switch 2 games have come out, and they are insanely high. There are many who are now speculating that Nintendo worked behind the scenes with gaming companies to artificially inflate prices. This will now result in games previously priced for much lower prices being priced for $70 to $80 just for the digital versions and $90 for the physical, so prices are now skyrocketing, which will result in prices skyrocketing across all platforms. So across Steam, so that's PC, GOG, PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox. So it's going to be insane. Isn't that illegal? So let's look at ChatGPT. The pricing for Nintendo Switch 2 games has indeed sparked controversy, with some titles reaching $70, $80. While this is a significant jump compared to previous standards, it aligns with the trend set by other platforms like PlayStation 5, blah, blah, blah. As for legality, artificially inflating prices could potentially violate antitrust laws if proven to involve collusion or anti-competitive practices. So while the price increases alone aren't inherently illegal, they can result in and result from factors like inflation and strategic decisions. For any legal action to be taken, there would need to be clear evidence of unlawful coordination between Nintendo and other gaming companies to manipulate market prices. So that's the key thing. All right. There has to be clear evidence of unlawful coordination between Nintendo and other gaming companies to manipulate market prices. So going to all of these companies and say that we're now going to raise these prices so substantially, especially in other territories, guys, that is 100% the definition of collusion. Nintendo has been doing this type of thing for a very, very long time, and they should not be able to get away with it anymore.
Right off the cuff, region locking and price inflation for consumers who aren't in Japan. That's not friendly, now is it? And that's not the only unfriendly thing here. Nintendo ran an entire 1-hour stream going over all the features on this new system and announcing new games, only for it to end without giving clear details on pricing for anything, and also didn't give clear details on pre-order information either. They hid the price of the system, the price of all the new add-ons, and especially the price of the games from this major presentation, only for it to be released and leaked by the Access media. The base console price is $450. Now, yeah, that's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's manageable to someone like me, but I know it's going to price out lots and lots of families. And even if those families bought the system, what do they have to look forward to, you might ask? Nintendo Switch games are going to have variable, elevated pricing. Now, that means a lot of things. Firstly, physical edition games will be $10 more than digital games. Secondly, Nintendo will be assigning higher prices to games arbitrarily. For instance, Donkey Kong Bonanza will be digital for $70 and physical for $80, while Mario Kart World and likely Pokemon Legends ZA will be digital for $80 and physical for $90. Nintendo has kicked down the doors, folks. Nintendo mainline IP games will be $80 at entry, and knowing Nintendo, those prices are not likely to ever come down. This is awful. This is a big neon sign for other companies to increase their prices too. And people all over will have a variety of opinions on this, but let's be clear. You're not getting another $10 of value, okay? Games today, across all platforms and all mediums, are routinely mid. They are routinely Mario Kart is the same over and over and over. This new one may have lots of new bells and whistles, maybe a fresh coat of yellow paint, but charging $80 for the digital-only access is predatory. It's extortionate, and no one should buy it. Oh, Wizard, games in the 90s were way more expensive than they are now. Different time, different value, different market. Games had to be almost amazing back then to demand their asking price. Also, development was done by smaller teams, where gaming was still a growing market. Video games were a lot more challenging in the 90s, which is actually, screw it. I don't actually care to argue that games were more expensive before. This is okay point. That's a stupid ass point. It's not okay. Companies are not making games that are worth the extra money today. They are mediocre and bland. They're demanding more from you. They're demanding more from their customers in terms of data and asking you to lower your standards.
Guys, we're dealing with sociopaths. That's what the people who run these companies are sociopaths. When you look at the behavior of baby boomers in Western society, how they raise their kids, how they've taken advantage of society. If you look at the way that men are treated in society by women in society today, you realize that this type of behavior is common with sociopaths. What does a sociopath not have? A sociopath does not have empathy for others, and they will go to great lengths to get what they want. Nintendo is the same company that allegedly sent their attorneys to the home of some guy who was living in another country that developed an emulator. And they evidently sent their attorneys to this man's home to go and make him an offer. That has to be so illegal. And after that, they basically bought out all of the emulation technology rights to it, and he left. But you have to wonder, who, guys, in what day and age can someone do something like that, where they will send their attorneys to your house? And of course, they have a massive amount of attorneys, so they calculated out very quickly, like, well, what's the worst that could happen if we do something like this? Well, there's not much. We can just pay the police off. We can just pay the cops off. We can. This is the mindset. This is guys. This is an evil empire, an extremely dangerous, evil empire that will do anything to control the markets and maintain their monopoly. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and they want more money for less every time. This is like buying a bag of chips. Most of the bag is just air. It's just air. There's nothing there worth the price of admission, and you can't tell me otherwise. Oh, but it's for Mario Kart, or oh, it's for Grand Theft Auto. Oh, wait, what about Assassin's Creed? Oh, it's almost $100 for a video game at an economic time where people are struggling. They are struggle busing right now. And you have the damn balls to charge $90 for Mario Kart? Okay, but Mario Kart isn't the only culprit here. During the Switch presentation, we got a trailer for a tech demo that will show you how to play the Switch. You know, like how Astrobot was a tech demo on the PlayStation, and it was free. Or like Wii Sports, which was free on Generation 1 Wii's. Well, the Switch 2 Welcome Tour is pay to fucking play. You gotta buy the crappy looking tech demo. Are you insane? Who the hell is going to pay for this?
Yeah, guys. So basically, you have to pay for the tutorial. This is a tutorial. Nintendo is now going to sell you a tutorial. You're going to have to pay for a tutorial to learn how to use the device. Guys, if that is not psychopath, if that's not psychotic behavior, who in their right mind would come up with such an guys, this is a monopoly. This is what happens when you have a monopoly and no one challenges it, where now a company are charging you a massive premium for their device, for their games, and they're also going to punish you by not properly telling you how to use their device unless you pay a premium for the instruction manual. The instruction manual, we're going to charge you good for the instruction manual, or you might struggle to use it. Who exactly is this thing for? This is such an anti-consumer move. And of course ponies are the PlayStation fans. Of course the Nintendo people are going to buy this up, and they're going to swallow it and say it's Mario Kart. These people are insane. These people are insane. And of course they're gonna buy it. Of course they're gonna buy it, and they're gonna reward Nintendo for this. I'm like looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, there's no way I can buy these games. It's insane. Like I have a collection of Nintendo Switch games. I have over 70 games, physical, and then a ton digital as well. And it's over for me. It's absolutely, as a collector, it's over for me. I cannot collect Nintendo Switch 2 games. Can't do it. They are way too expensive. Like, am I going to pick up a Nintendo Switch 2? What choice do I have? I'd like to play Breath of the Wild again in HD. So the only option that I will have will basically be to pay the upgrade fee for because you're gonna be able to like pay an upgrade fee for games you already own. So pay the upgrade fee for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which maybe that'll be like $50. Who knows? Because they are crooks. And get the upgraded versions of those games hopefully at a small discount of like I said, at a small, it'll probably be like 50 each or 60 each if you already own the game. Like, oh yeah, so you get to save $10 or $20. They're crooks. They're absolute crooks. Okay. And even so, I mean, if those are the prices, I may not buy it. If it's 50 to 60 bucks for the upgrades, I very well may not buy it. If it's like 20 or 30 bucks, that's like it's like what are you gonna do? It's basically buying the game all over again. But what are you going to do? I'll be basically paying for the up paying just to play these games in HD. Beyond those two games, Tears like beyond Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that's pretty much it. And I think that's going to happen with a lot of other gamers as well, where a lot of people are just going to say, "Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade. I'm not going to pay the extra money." I especially when people are struggling for survival, no one's going to like guys, for example, Animal Crossing when that came out during the events of 2020 where everything was not open and people were staying at home, and they're gonna like that's one of their best selling games ever. Do you really think that's going to be a $70 game? No, that's going to be an $80 game, and they're going to say $80 for Animal Crossing. Let me explain something about Animal Crossing to you. Animal Crossing does not have a high production value. It is one of the cheapest games for them to make. It's a low res inventory management base building game. That's what Animal Crossing is. Wrapped in nostalgia in the Nintendo way. That and they're going to try. That is a game. That's a Nintendo DS game. That's a handheld game, and they're going to turn around and now charge people crazy amounts of money for freaking Animal Crossing. One of the cheapest games for them to develop. They're going to charge you an insane amount if you want to play some more Animal Crossing. $80 for Animal Crossing digital, $90 for physical. And of course, the Nintendo losers, the people who are like the fans are like, nope, you're just a loser. You're broke. You're a loser. It used to cost more in the 90s, guys. These people are so full of it. They are so full of it. To be clear, when it came to Nintendo, it really varied in terms of pricing, and that's one of the reasons why Nintendo lost the console wars in the 90s. That's the reason why PlayStation became so popular, because a lot of people were not going to spend 70 or 80 or $90 for a single game. When PlayStation came along and you can buy games for 50 bucks, all right? People were paying 50 bucks for their games, and then they had the greatest hits, and then when they went to the greatest hits, you could pick these games up sometimes a year later, if not a few months later, for only $20. And that's something that carried over to the PlayStation too, where for example, the game would come out for 50, and within 6 months to a year later, sometimes maybe even more than a year, less give or take, within a year, you could probably pick the game up for $20, brand new, as part of their greatest hits. I think when I picked up Final Fantasy VII, it had it had already been out for like maybe a year. I don't remember. It had already been out for a little bit, and I may have picked it up as a greatest hits. I can't remember. I may have picked up Final Fantasy VII as a greatest hits, maybe. But I'm just trying to like put that out there for you. Like how bad the situation is right now. So the argument is literal garbage. So when at a time, and this is can you really blame our president? Like they are ripping us off so badly. They are ripping us off so badly. This is why I've always warned when it comes to the Japanese. The Japanese are polite, but the Japanese are not kind. Okay? They are never confuse politeness with kindness. And then I'll tell you something about America. America has ripped the hearts of people out with kindness. Oh, giving them out. If you need to tip, it's kindness. You need to let people, people who are in other countries and coming to the United States, and seeking a pass here. It's about kindness. Not tariffing people, not tariffing other countries that are that have 90% tariffs on our products. It's about kindness. People, guys, everyone with reason has basically realized it's done. Let me tell y'all something. If this is just me, Misses me, but if you want to be stupid and hang out with that stupid kindness stuff, go hang out in a tent city. Go end up poor. Go end up broke. If you have no common sense, if you cannot see the hell on earth that is now here and you want to mess around, go mess around and then find out. I'm telling y'all, mess around, find out, mess around. If you're such a fool that you want to go down the kindness route in this corrupt world and then start saying stupid stuff like it's God must come and take his world, you're an idiot. You're an absolute and utter idiot if you're going to play that game and take the whole religious aspect of it. You still have to live in this world. You have to have common sense and you have to treat others the way they treat you. And if you don't want to learn, get the hell off my channel. Go listen to a simp. I'm being so honest. I don't want to see your comments. I don't want to hear from you. I'm telling you, like the boomers, they bring the into all the look how terrible the boomers are as a generation and what they've stolen from us. Like I'm at the point now where I'm just blocking them. So this person's like, I'm a baby boomer. I got mine. You didn't get yours. You're a loser. Okay, bye. Okay, just block them. Like these people, guys. I used to wonder sometimes. Like I'd see homeless boomers like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, not over 10, not 10 years ago, like 15 years ago. So I experienced hardship. I experienced homelessness like 15 years ago, and I'm gonna tell you something. I saw homeless baby boomers out there, and I used to wonder how did these baby boomers end up homeless. And I'm gonna tell you how they ended up homeless. How could their kids let them be homeless? That's how. Because these people are liars and manipulative. They are liars and manipulative. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to be an idiot, go be an idiot. If you want to keep on going over the whole over the whole kindness nonsense, go ahead. Never tell any lies, go ahead. That's stupidity right there. That's absolute stupidity. It's only after you've gone through everything, you've gone through so much, you've suffered, and then you come back and looking for Uncle Angry Sama. Get the hell out of here. When I turn my back on you, I turn it on you for good. Don't ever come back. Don't ever come back. Don't watch my videos. Don't learn from me because listen to me. The knowledge that I've gained over the course of my life, I've had to suffer for it. I've had to suffer for it, or I've learned from other men. A lot of you, if you will sit there and you're not listening to me, I'm giving you this knowledge for free right now. I am telling you about human nature and how people think and operate. And a lot of you are such fools because of your indoctrination that you will not accept the reality and the core of human nature, especially as we are heading into one of the worst periods of time in human history. The way I see it is, if you want to be a fool, go be a fool, but miss me with that. For those of you that have any common sense, go and get your money with crypto. Go and invest in crypto because everything is beginning to melt down. Everything. It's going to be hell out there.
Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The links in the description. Go check it out now.
Give them your money for this. Please, don't incentivize this level of blatant corporatism. Wizard, I don't understand why you're upset here. If you buy the Switch 2 bundle, it comes with Mario Kart, and that means it's cheaper. Okay, it's $500, which means then, sure, Mario Kart is only $50 if you get the bundle. Okay. That's going to sell out first, which means that lots and lots and lots and lots of folks are going to have to buy the $450 base console with no games.
Yeah, guys, that version is just there to bait you. That version is basically there just to get you through the door, thinking that you have hope of being able to purchase it for $500 with the game, and then when the scalpers get it, all the scalpers get it, you have no choice but to pick up the $450 version if you're lucky enough to even get the $450 version. And don't be surprised that with Nintendo, even though they claim that their goal was to ensure that everyone would be able to get a copy of the console, and the scalpers wouldn't win. Don't be shocked when they literally coordinate with the retailers to artificially keep the inventory just low enough to ensure that there is still some artificial scarcity, thereby forcing people to panic purchase whenever it becomes available. This is the guys. This is one of the most evil companies ever. Absolutely evil. And you know what? I have grievances with this guy. On some hands, there's some things I like about him. There are other things I don't. Moist critical. But you know what? I'll give Charlie credit. I will 100% give Charlie his effing credit for being the megaphone and speakerphone. Moist critical. I'll give him his credit for saying that this is one of the most evil companies on the face of the earth that absolutely do not like their consumers. He called it out. He said they are a bad company, and he's been saying that they're a bad company for years now, and he is absolutely right. I am so grateful that he's still broadcasting how evil these people are. They are so evil. This is literally, guys, I'm not saying it's I'm not saying that it's 100% the same as when the Japanese, as the whole Japanese and Pearl Harbor thing. I'm not saying it's Pearl Harbor over again, but it's getting there. It is absolutely getting there. Okay? This is some real evil stuff. This is a big FU to their fans in the United States and outside of Japan. Okay? This is 100% greed, where they're passing on the cost to us. In fact, if they didn't do this, more than likely, maybe the Switch 2 would actually cost around $400 in Japan. Maybe around $400 in Japan, $400 in the US. What they're doing also is they're likely offsetting the cost in other regions. So they'll charge us more in the US while charging less in their home countries, thereby, and then they're region locking the consoles as well, evidently. And to my understanding, previously, Nintendo didn't region lock their console. So the Nintendo Switch, if you purchased a Japanese Nintendo Switch, it wouldn't be region locked. But now they're region locking them. What region locking means is that the Nintendo Switch from Japan will only work with Japanese games. While I guess the international version, if you buy it from, let's say, Europe, then that's perfectly fine, or from the United States, because that way they get their money. But so anyone outside, guys, they're basically ripping off the rest of the world and charging you a massive premium while colluding with all of these companies to take advantage of the customer. We absolutely need the video game industry to collapse. We desperately need the video game industry to go through a crash like the 1980s so that we can have a hard reset. Indie studios will hopefully pick up a lot of the weight, and we will have many options to choose from indie studios who are going to say, yeah, Nintendo's being greedy, so we're going to price our games fairly so that people can afford them. But I will admit that it's getting really rough out there. But still, there are amazing games. For example, AI Limit is an incredible game that just came out. It's a Souls-like game, and what's really impressive with AI limit is the cost of the game. So the game is is priced insanely well. You know, the game is 100% priced extremely well, and it provides an amazing, absolutely amazing amount of value for for what you're getting. So I'll go ahead and I'll jump over to Steam. And the price for AI limit, it basically takes in the place in the future. It came out for $34. It came out for $34.99, and you can just see that there's so much value there. You can literally see that there's so much value there. $34.99. This is a game that would usually cost a minimum of $60 or $70 in the current market. Current market, and this game actually came out for that price. So that's incredible. That is really really incredible. And what that does is it shows us that it's still possible. It's still very, very possible for us to have these games, get these experiences at a reasonable price. Okay? So let me see here. AI limit. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to grab some of the gameplay footage for you guys momentarily. It's so crazy because I have this incredible laptop. I've got a 4070 GPU, i9 processor. I'm running it on turbo. I'm running the GPU on ultra. Running the GPU on turbo right now, and I'm running the GPU on turbo and CPU on ultimate, I believe. And and it still takes a little bit. It can still take a little bit of time to get everything together. But it's just unbelievable how good the game actually looks, how good the game actually plays. I was going to try to download some footage for you guys so that I could show it to you, but it's taking an immense amount of time. It's going to take like 5 minutes to download it. And I know some of you are going to say 5 minutes, angry. Well, that's not a lot of time, but it's like, do I really want to wait all of that time for it to download? So we can do it another way. We could just go ahead and play it through the browser. So we'll play it this way, and you can see it on your screen. So this is AI limit. This is the game. It's a Souls-like experience. It's a Souls-like game, and I think it comes from. It's either a Chinese or a Korean developer that's dropping this game. I'll double check. It's coming from Sense Games. That's the developer, and the publisher is CE Asia. And I'll find out for you guys right now because you're probably curious. Where is CE Asia located? All right, it's probably China, but I'm not sure. But I will. Yeah, so CE Asia is headquartered in Beijing, China. So it's actually being developed by a Chinese company. Okay, it's located in Hong. They have offices in Hong Kong and Seattle, USA, but It's a company. It's a Chinese company, and these are the games that we're getting from them right now. Like these are the kinds of games. Those are the kinds of games that you can pretty much expect. But I mean, just look at how amazing this game is. Look how beautiful this is. An absolutely beautiful game. All right, absolutely beautiful game, and it's insane. Like just look at this. And this game is $35. $35 on Steam for the normal version. $45 for the digital deluxe edition, and on top of that, that's without the discount. On Steam right now, you can actually pick it up for $31.49. You'll save even more money. It's 10% off for the normal version, and then 40, and then you can also get the digital deluxe version for $40.49. So I mean, you do save a little money there, but the fact is, at $35 it was already affordable. $35 for this type of experience. This is an incredible game. It's a great adventure. You can see that there was a lot of work put into it. It's definitely along the lines of a double A game, but a lot of companies would try to sell this as AAA. This is a double A game, and it's great. And they would try to sell this for $70 bucks. And Nintendo Switch, this would be an $80 game. This would be a $70 game or an $80 game. This is the type of BS that Nintendo is trying to do right now, which is the reason why it's so important that we support independent developers. A lot of you guys should be focusing on going out and getting yourself a Steam Deck or Rogue Ally X, or so forth, or something along those lines, and going over to PC. Get yourself a gaming hand. If you want to play handheld games, get yourself a handheld gaming PC. Honestly, I'm looking at the situation very carefully right now, and evidently there's a new Rogue device coming out. There's a new Ally device coming out, and I've wanted to pick one up for a while. And if it comes down to the Nintendo Switch 2, picking up a Nintendo Switch 2 or picking up a new ROG Ally, I don't know if I might go for the Ally. The thing is, I don't even need it because I love playing games. I love playing games on my gaming laptop. I love the bigger screen and everything. So it's a hard one. It's really really a hard one because I already have a Steam Deck. My Steam Deck is incredible. My Steam Deck still plays most of the games just fine, and I barely use it. I have a Steam Deck OLED, and I did plan to pick up the next ROG Ally or whatever, because evidently they're going to announce it soon. But I don't know. It's like I'm sitting here looking at the Nintendo Switch 2 and thinking to myself, this company is just absolutely terrible. And they're watching this right now and just basically saying F you to the gamers, because they're not going to back down. If anything, they're only going to raise their prices more. Like, don't be surprised if like physical game prices are going to be $90 for the physical game prices. Don't be shocked if they raise it even higher than that. That'll be a minimum of 80, but I mean, like, this company is insane. And I usually buy my physical games, on discount. So I wait until the prices are. I use different platforms like Deku Deals to find these games when they are on discount, selling at Best Buy, Walmart, or Overstock, or companies that sell wholesale. And I pick up my Nintendo games that way. And they're usually like, you can usually save about $20 on them, sometimes more. But you can usually get them for like a $60 game. You can usually get it for. You can usually get that for much less. Much less for like $40 games for usually $20 off. So it's not a massive savings, although sometimes it could be more than that. That's for first party games. For third party games, you can often find third party games for even less, like depending, because some of these companies, they really try to keep the prices artificially high when it comes to Nintendo. But outside of that, it's like you can find some deals. But the thing, like, I mean, what I'm getting at is that for in this situation, it's bad. It's absolutely insane, because with Nintendo, they're just going to keep on raising it. 80, 70, and 80, 70, 80, $90. Like, think about it. The physical games will be a minimum of 80 or $90, which basically means that you're going to be spending, if you get a discount, you're going to be spending, if you're lucky, buying them on discount, $60. That's a deal. $60 for these games. That's a deal. These people are mad. These people are absolutely mad. And Nintendo does not care, because they have a monopoly on the gaming industry. And people have been saying it for years, how evil this company absolutely is. And now, no one looks into their practices, because they have such a massive amount of lawyers that they use them to keep a stranglehold on the industry and prevent anyone from challenging them, because no one can afford to challenge them in courts. So they can basically violate antitrust laws. And who the hell is going to stop them? You don't have enough money to go up against them. The average person cannot fight Nintendo, and they're very calculating. They calculate this very carefully if they can win these cases. Just like in Japan, they have like a 98% conviction rate for crimes in Japan. The reason why is because there's a lot of corruption. All right, they recently, like, there was a person who spent like 50 years on deletion row, if you know what I'm talking about, in Japan, and he was released, and it gave him like $1.5 million. He's in his 90s now, and it turns out like the evidence was fabricated. This guy lost his entire life. He was damaged psychologically, and the Japanese don't care. They gave him like something like $89 for every day he spent. $89 for every day he spent in like Japanese prison. and it worked out to something like 1.5 million. This man is in his 90s now. There's no way if there's no way he will even be able to enjoy any of that money, and when he passes away, it will likely go back to the state. This is how evil. It's so evil, y'all. It's so evil. For everyone who thinks like I do love Japan, I love the Japanese people, but then there are aspects of these societies that are downright evil, just like aspects of Western society that are downright evil. And no one's people aren't going to stand up to this. Most people are just going to, like I said, the Nintendo lunatics who support this garbage are going to attack people like me that are calling this out and saying that you're too broke. Well, if you're broke, just say it. If you're broke, just say it. You have millionaires like the Quartering who's saying they're not paying for this garbage. People like Jeremy. I know there are many of you who don't like Jeremy. I don't care. Okay, but you have people like Jeremy who are like, I'm not paying for this. I'm not spending $80 a game. See, when you're an adult and you have other adult responsibilities, you're not going to throw money away on just things like that. Do I have a lot of games? Yes, I buy them on discount. Most of my games I purchase are on significant discounts. I rarely buy any game brand new. Like brand new in the sense like at full price. I love to buy my games brand new. I don't like to buy used games. I don't mess around with used stuff because people rob you. It's way too easy to get robbed. But I buy my stuff brand new, but I buy them at discount. All right, I wait until there's a deal and I buy my stuff at a discount. I do that with digital codes. I do that on Steam. I do that with GOG. I try to do that with GOG, but I wait until there's a sale or whatever, and I buy with my Switch games, everything I buy on discount. Oh my gosh. You guys can see just how pissed off I am, how angry I am over this whole situation where I was ranting. I literally just ranted for so long, but I had to because this situation is so damn wild. This is so anti-consumer. And when it rains, it pours. Boy, oh boy, what does it when it rains, it pours. This is such theft. Nintendo, this company, they are so anti-consumer. They are robbing the consumer. They are this it looks like price fixing to me, but again, who's going to be able to stop them? Who has the money to challenge them? Who has the money to investigate them? My gosh. That's why I tell y'all to go and learn about crypto and invest in crypto, because hell on earth is here, y'all. Hell on earth is here. A lot of women who said we don't need no man, we don't want no man, and they're still trying to push men out of society, push men out of the country. Well, because that's their ultimate goal, guys. Women want men to leave. Women do not want men in society. Women do not want men in this country. Women do not. Basically, what they really want is for us to be controlled. All right, to be controlled. They want us. They basically want the state. They want to own us, and they want the state to own us, where we have no rights, we have no autonomy, we have nothing other than we serve, provide, protect, sacrifice, and then we are punished for that. That's how sociopaths treat people. But yeah, guys, that's all I have. What do you think? Nintendo may have broken the law with Switch 2 pricing. Do you think that there's going to be a case against them? Do you think that they may face antitrust? They could. My bet is that they'll get away with it because they get away with everything else. But let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWAM and walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.